Humans have never made peace with their food. Captain Zorus of the Zorak fleet could hardly believe what his auditory receptors were telling him. Standing on the bridge of his command ship, he replayed the intercepted human transmission. The message was unmistakable. This was not mere garbled static from a distant star system, but the clear words of Earth's top military commander. "Run it through the translator again," Zorus demanded, his eye stalks quivering with agitation. The bridge crew, a diverse group from various species within the Zorak Empire, complied. A moment later, the same words echoed through the command deck, this time accompanied by a hollow image of General Marcus Steele delivering his speech to a crowd of Earthlings. Zorus turned to his lieutenant, Tusk. "What does it mean?" Tusk, the fleet's foremost expert on human culture, shifted uncomfortably. "It appears, sir, that humans see us as prey. They have no intention of negotiating peace. They believe in conquering and consuming." A murmur of disbelief spread among the bridge crew, but Zorus silenced them with a wave of his claw. "Preposterous. This must be a psychological tactic to intimidate us." He gazed out at the vastness of space displayed on the view screen. Earth, a deceptively beautiful blue marble, was swarming with life and danger. The Zorak fleet had been dispatched to establish a foothold on the planet, but every attempt had ended in disaster. Ships had vanished, squadrons had been obliterated, and no Zorak had returned with any intelligence on the enemy's true capabilities. Zorus resolved to be different. He would not let his crew succumb to fear or superstition. "Prepare the fleet for immediate assault," he ordered. "We will show these humans the might of the Zorak Empire." Meanwhile, General Marcus Steele stood in the command bunker beneath the Rocky Mountains, overseeing the final preparations for Earth's defense. The latest reports confirmed that another alien fleet was inbound. Steele's face, a craggy landscape of scars and determination, betrayed no hint of doubt. "Sir, the Zorak fleet is mobilizing," reported Colonel Hayes, his second in command. "They'll be within firing range in 15 minutes. Steele nodded, his steely eyes fixed on the holographic projection of the approaching fleet. "Good. Let's remind them why they should stay away from Earth." Hayes glanced at his superior. "Permission to speak freely, sir." "Granted. Why don't we just try to talk to them? Maybe this time it could be different." Steele's gaze remained unwavering. "You think we haven't tried that? Every time we've shown even a hint of weakness, they've attacked us harder." "No, Colonel, we can't negotiate with predators. We have to be stronger, fiercer, if we want to survive. We must become the hunters." As the minutes ticked by, the Zorak fleet emerged from hyperspace, their ships forming a phalanx of shimmering metal and energy. Zorus watched from his command ship, his mandibles clicking in anticipation. He had heard tales of Earth's defenders, but refused to believe that such a primitive species could pose a genuine threat to the Zorak Empire. "Deploy fighters and prepare to engage," Zorus commanded. The fleet surged forward, weapon systems primed and ready. In the command bunker, Steele observed the Zorak formations. "All units prepare to engage on my mark." The first salvo came from the Zorak fleet, a barrage of energy blasts, lighting up the dark expanse of space. Earth's orbital defenses activated, intercepting the incoming fire with precision. The skies above the planet turned into a battlefield of light and fury. "Send in the drones," Steele ordered. Swarms of autonomous fighters launched from hidden silos, darting toward the Zorak ships with the agility of predators, weaving through the enemy's defenses, and striking with surgical precision. Zorus watched in disbelief as his ships were outmaneuvered and outgunned. How is this possible? They're just drones. The Zorak fleet's coordination began to falter under the relentless assault. Steele's tactics were ruthless, exploiting every weakness with cold efficiency. Each Zorak ship that fell only fueled the humans' resolve. In the chaos of battle, Zorus received a transmission from one of the scouts. "Sir, we've detected unusual energy signatures on the planet's surface. It's possible they have a new form of weapon. Locate and neutralize it," Zorus ordered. But as his scouts moved to comply, they were met with fierce resistance. Earth's ground defenses were as formidable as its space fleet. General Steele watched the battle unfold, his expression unreadable. "They're adapting faster than expected." "They always do," Hayes replied. "That's why we have to stay one step ahead." In the heart of the conflict, the Zorak flagship took a direct hit, its shields failing under the relentless bombardment. Zorus knew the battle was lost, but retreat was not an option. Not for him. All ships continue the assault. Zurus roared. We will not be remembered as the fleet that ran from humans. The battle raged on, with each side refusing to yield. As the flagship began to break apart, Zurus found himself admiring the tenacity of his foes. Perhaps there was more to these humans than he had realized. But admiration was not enough to save him. In his final moments, Zurus transmitted one last message to his superiors. The humans are predators. Back in the command bunker, Steel watched as the Zorak fleet disintegrated. He knew this was just one battle in a long war, but it was a victory nonetheless. He turned to Hayes, a grim satisfaction in his eyes. Prepare for the next wave and make sure that message gets out. Let them know Earth is not to be trifled with. As the debris of the Zorak fleet burned up in Earth's atmosphere, Steel knew the aliens would come again. And when they did, humanity would be ready to remind them once more why Earth was a place where invaders disappeared, never to be seen again. General Steel stood amidst the organized chaos of the command bunker, analyzing data from the recent battle. Earth's victory over the Zorak fleet had bolstered morale, but he knew the respite would be brief. The aliens would regroup and return, perhaps with even greater force. Sir, another transmission from the Zorak homeworld, reported Colonel Hayes. It's garbled, but we can make out a demand for our surrender. Steel allowed himself a brief, humorless smile. They never learn, do they? Patch it through. The screen flickered to life, revealing the stern visage of High Commander Nalcor, leader of the Zorak military. His eye stalks quivered with barely restrained fury. Humans, your insolence will not go unpunished. Surrender now, and we may show you mercy. Steel stepped forward, his expression cold and unyielding. High Commander Nalcor, Earth does not surrender. If you want our planet, you'll have to come and take it. But I promise you, your fleets will vanish like all the others. Nalcor's mandibles clicked in frustration. You underestimate the Zorak Empire, General. We will bring our full might to bear upon your pitiful world. We'll be ready, Steel replied, cutting the transmission. He turned to Hayes. Double the production of drones and enhance our orbital defenses. They're coming back, and we need to be prepared. In the depths of space, High Commander Nalcor seethed. The humans had humiliated the Zorak Empire time and again. This affront could not stand. He summoned his Council of War, a coterie of the most brilliant and ruthless minds in the Empire. We cannot afford another failure, Nalcor began, his voice a low growl. What is our next move? Admiral Zorak, a seasoned strategist, stepped forward. The humans have proven themselves formidable in direct combat. We need a different approach. Intelligence suggests they rely heavily on automated defenses and drones. We can deploy an electromagnetic pulse to disable their technology before launching a ground assault. An EMP, Nalcor mused. It's risky, but it could work. What do we need? Our engineers can modify a fleet to carry and deploy the EMP device. Zorak replied. It will take time, but it will give us the advantage we need. Do it, Nalcor ordered, and make sure our ground forces are ready to deploy immediately after. We will hit them hard and fast. On Earth, Steel and his team worked around the clock to fortify their defenses. They had intercepted fragments of Zorak communications suggesting a new strategy, but the exact nature remained unclear. General, we've detected unusual activity near Mars, reported Lieutenant Davis from the sensor array. It looks like the Zorak are massing a new fleet. Steel nodded. Alert all stations. We need to be ready for their next move. Days passed with mounting tension. The Zorak fleet drew closer, and Earth's defenders braced for the inevitable clash. When the attack finally came, it was swift and brutal. EMP detected. Hayes shouted as alarms blared throughout the bunker. Brace for impact. A massive electromagnetic pulse washed over Earth's defenses, knocking out satellites, drones, and communication systems. Steel's heart pounded as the lights flickered and dimmed. Activate backup systems, he commanded. Get our defenses online now. The Zorak fleet descended upon the disabled Earth forces with ruthless efficiency. Without their automated defenses, the human ships struggled to repel the invasion.